think she's grown up in the Zoom world, so she
said, "Howdy, Beebum."
Oh, I'm sorry. She didn't want anybody to see her chin. She's grown up in the Zoom world where computer screens talk back to you.
Said, "I spent the better part of several months creating a scavenger hunt game ARG for Katic, and it took her 2 days to solve it all."
2 days to solve it all.
That's cute.
Yeah, mine was not that cute. Mine was not that cute. But we have an occasion to celebrate. Cover up your champagne bottles. Yeah, there's a couple shots left in that. Woo! Celebration, y'all. Thanks for being here. Congratulations, Art. We're gonna fire up the forge and start beating the shit out of this metal.
Arthur Eking
Go.
said, "Hard enough to make sure she needed to ask for help from all her friends and family."
Nice.
Jack_ST said, "Leave time."
Leaf time.
Darkest
Actually doing
Nights
pretty good.
said, "We understand she was chasing the dogs and a chicken got in the way. To protect them and to save face, she slid into the back door for mom to protect her." Arthur Eking
Yeah, that's it.
said, "So that I got all our friends and family to take part in the proposal."
Well, that's freaking awesome, Art. You did well, man. I'm sure she was thrilled. Did she kind of get what was going on? Or did you just like, I made a game for you?
Flossie Goliard said,
Hey, Flossie,
"Hello
thanks for being
TX
here.
and everyone."
We were just congratulating Arthur. He proposed. And I think she said yes, otherwise he wouldn't be telling us about it. Right?
Arthur Eking said, "She was thrilled she figured it out eventually, which was what let her persevere, lol."
Nice. That's how she got done so quick. She's like, is this happening? Is this happening?
Hey Flossie. Arthur Eking said, "She did say yes, lol."
Good. I'm glad she said yes. I thought she would have. Otherwise, she just would have quit the game halfway through, right? Or just like procrastinated through finishing it. Okay, while that's heating up, let's keep marking these out. As you can see, we got a good amount ahead of us. They almost all need cold chiseling. Yeah, they all need cold chiseling and hot chiseling.
Arthur Eking said,
So this will
"Although
probably
in
be
her
a
words
big
there
chunk
were
of our
some
stream
times
this
during
evening.
the game that she was like, this might just be a funeral instead of a wedding, lol." Flossie Goliard said, "Arthur Eking, may you and her enjoy as great a life together as my husband and I. We are facing our 18th anniversary next month and still going strong."
18, hell yeah.
Arthur Eking
What's the secret,
said,
Flossie?
"Flossie Goliard, congrats."
Yeah, congratulations. What's the secret? Let's try left-handed chiseling. We did that the other time. Worked pretty well. The marks aren't as
Flossie Goliard
strong.
said,
So you can do 'em.
"Secret is communication, communication, communication. Everything needs to be talked about a little bit at least."
Everything talked about a little bit. Okay. Stay away from the tip on this first pass because it likes to split. And these are just kind of guidelines for the hot chisel. Like if you imagine you're cutting through a big piece of foam board or even poster board with an X-Acto knife, you wouldn't just gouge through all the way through it. You would make a slight pass straight, and then you go deeper and deeper and deeper.
Said,
and that's essentially
yeah,
what we're doing here.
We've been together for 10 years already, Flossie Goliard, and I'll agree with that statement 100.
Oh, that was a bad hit. Dang. So we crossed on top of it
Albin
to
Cheap
negate both of them.
Said, can we have a cheer for the singles, 34 years and still going strong? Asus enthusiast. Said,
Oh, hell yeah.
Hi Texan Space Agency.
Good to see you,
Flossie
sir. How's everybody?
Said, what ya making TX? Asus
Shitload of
enthusiast.
leaves. Shitload of
Said,
leaves.
can we see what you're doing? Flossie Goliard.
Yeah, I forgot to switch
Said,
cameras, my bad.
It's okay, Albin, the world takes all types, I am not one to judge.
We're gonna crank up the gas a little bit just to get this thing going. What's up? I know, everybody was complaining about it, I know. That's why you should be out here helping me.
Albin Cheap. Said,
well, this
now that is the sprint, Flossie. Asus enthusiast. Said, I see you got an upgrade.
This bad boy? I did.
Asus enthusiast. Said, yes.
Yeah, she's a nice one. Oh, that's great. I started my 700 follower special by losing a follower. I guess they don't like champagne. That's okay. Those are getting hot, they're getting close. Let's chisel a little bit more. Some of these will need some time on the grinder.
Flossie Goliard. Said, you didn't lose them, they lost your entertainment value.
There you go. I mean, honestly, we're having a good time. I don't care. And if they're not having a good time, then they don't want to be here. That's fine with me. We're here partying, man. We're having a good time. Apparently a lot of people don't like house music either. That's okay. Get this one chiseled. Whoa!
Asus enthusiast. Said,
oh.
I imagine that last only 1 minute longer than the smaller one.
Just 1 minute longer, yeah. The others have 4 gallons, this has 25 gallons. It's not hot, but if you pretend like it is, it's good practice.
Darkest Nights. Said, Texan, by chance do you know how to test an ignition module off the vehicle?
Older vehicles I do. Back when it was a simple circuit right in there. Because you had power coming in, power to the engine, and then power to starter. And then it just goes over and it goes in the middle kind of thing. But bigger ones, no. And I guess long answer, no. Short answer, no. Pull out the multimeter and start tracing voltage. That's the easy answer.
Flossie Goliard said,
Not the easy solution, but the
Darkest
easy
Nights
answer.
make model year.
Yeah. All right, let's come to here. We're gonna update our counter too. This is behind now. We actually have
Darkest Nights said,
53
Flossie Goliard
leaves
2001
claimed.
Montero Sport.
You're still, oh man, the Montero is still jacking with you. So they're 25 done, 53 claimed. We gotta start swinging that hammer pretty hard. The other night, it kind of just clicked with me, and I really started moving some metal pretty quick. And honestly, because I was really beating the shit out of the metal the other night. How it works is like it's more important to have accurate blows
Flossie Goliard
than hard blows.
said,
And having the
past
hammer
info to
exactly where
husband,
you
his
want it.
mental gears are turning.
Uh, 52 and 25. Out of a hundo. Oh. There we go. Anyways, that's about confident hammer blows. Putting the hammer where you want it, how you want it. And I'm finally starting to get that. Like, I'm putting the hammer where I want it almost every time and how I want it. And then so the other night, I was like, well, let's just start beating the shit out of it. And I wasn't missing still, so I was just like, keep hitting it hard. And we really started wailing on it and the metal started moving. We'll try to keep that up. Let's go. Sorry for the very blunt taper.
Mechanics Dragon said, what's going on this night?
Celebrating 700 followers and making leaves. So we
Flossie
come here, we make a little square
said,
there.
Darkest Night's husband says you need to get the specs for that system, then test the heck out of it to see if it meets specs. Asus Enthusiast said, are you getting spark off it with a spark tester or grounding the plug to the block out of the head? Darkest Nights also agree with Flossie Goliard. Alban Sheep said, I am gonna go to bed, catch you all around.
Take it easy, brother. Have a good night. Hope you enjoyed Spider-Man.
Flossie Goliard said, that S not my knowledge, that S from husband who goes by Thought Hazard. Flossie Goliard said, take care Alban. Alban Cheap, said. Night Flossie. Darkest Nights, said. Did the spark plugs wires new timing belt water pump 3 new coils crank sensor coil was causing a misfire, so I replaced all of them with new, still have the random misfire on cylinders 1 and 4 all on same coil.
Dang.
Darkest Nights, said. Asus enthusiast, I've tested power and ground and PCM signal, but all is good.
Ooh, it's too cold to do that. Let's go back in the heat.
Flossie Goliard, said. Husband suggests swap coils, see if misfire follows. Darkest Nights, said. At first when I replaces all 3 coils it ran fine till it got to temp, then misfire on 1 and 4 again. Darkest Nights, said. Misfire does not follow.
Well, shit. Sounds like a problem.
Flossie Goliard, said. Asus enthusiast, said. Did you replace plugs and wires? Mechanics Dragon, said. Whatever triggers the coil is dropping signal. Darkest Nights, said. It's got new O2 sensors and CAT's new ICRA and ICRA vacuum solenoid. Darkest Nights, said. Asus enthusiast, yes.
I'm trying to make a shorter stem on this one, so I kicked it off to the side like that so I could get it flat against the anvil.
Flossie Goliard, said. Husband says likely corrosion or break-in wire. Asus enthusiast, said. Flossie Goliard agreed. Darkest Nights, said. Mechanics Dragon. The only thing I can think of is the ignition module, because besides the PCM it's the only thing in line I haven't replaced. This all started after replacing the crank sensor that had caused me to get stuck in traffic.
Oh, that sucks. This one's gonna have a longer stem on it. If I can handle the heat with it that short. All right, now we're knocking the corners off.
Darkest Nights said, I tested the crank sensor and it shows good, same with all 3 coil packs including the ones I pulled off.
Uh-oh. Oh, I forgot to plug in the laptop. That was a close call. All right.
Mechanics Dragon said, Darkest Nights. That happened to me 3 weeks ago in the red Jeep. I fixed it by smacking the distributor housing and jiggling the wires. Darkest Nights said, I ohmed out the spark plug wires and they all ohm out. Asus Enthusiast said, the IMU may have an issue. Asus Enthusiast said, or wiring. Darkest Nights said, Asus Enthusiast image checks out. I sent it off to Mitsubishi to be tested and if need be reflashed. Flossie Goliard said, not spark wires, some of the wires transducer wires. Darkest Nights said, all wires check out from what I have tested. Mechanics Dragon said, I haven't yet found a fix for my issue, been driving something uglier in the interim.
Uglier than a Montero? Oh my lord. Alright, we're doing delicate work, as you can tell by my gentle taps on the hammer. Basically knocking
Mechanics
over any
Dragon
hard edges.
said, if you misfire at operating temp it's a resistance issue. Flossie Goliard said, I still hope you find what it is.
The hammer is often used to deliver damage to an object, and today we will
Arthur Eking said, LOL, that's a hilarious little video clip. Darkest Nights said, and there is no cracks in the vacuum lines because I replaced them as well when I put in the new air valve. Darkest Nights said, the PCM is a little over 3,000 and in that case I will just find a new ride, but I very seriously doubt it's the PCM.
Just throw parts at it.
Mechanic's Dragon said, all I'm saying is we'd be done by now if it had a carburetor instead. Darkest Nights said, and to add to the misfire it goes into limp mode so can't drive it over 10 miles per hour and RPMs drop to 400. Darkest Nights said, Mechanic's Dragon, I agree along with the distributor. Darkest Nights said, I went out this morning and fired it up and it idled fine except a few skips till I put it in gear, then it started misfiring.
Thank you for whatever that was. Sorry, it's not telling me right now what that is. Let me go check it out. It was a follow from Alabama Tofu. That's a hell of a name, man. I love it. It's hot as F out here, man. Woo. currently 78 degrees at the forge. And humid. Let's brush real quick while we have some heat up there. Yes, ma'am. Say what?
Yesterday. She can't figure out where she was playing the game Sonic. Was it on the little Game Boy thing, or was it?
Darkest Nights.
Oh, it wasn't yesterday.
Said,
it was a few
the
months
only
ago.
code that pops up is
You're playing on my cell phone.
P0300, and that's the random misfire, and the analyzer shows it to be cylinder 1 and 4 misfiring, but no code for misfire on 1 and 4.
You can play Sonic on my cell phone
Flossy
if you want.
Goliard
I'll take your
said, it is getting warm here too. Is 86F at 7:50 p.m. The pool was open today and we went swimming for a bit till my pale self started getting pink through sunscreen. Darkest Nights said,
Too much
that's
linoleic
why I'm
acid in
thinking
your
it may
diet.
be the ignition module.
Oh, it's all foam. That's a problem with champagne. Woo! All right, let's pick this one up and put it on the cooling rack. And we'll hot cut the other one. And then we ought to turn off the forge for a minute and do a shitload of cold chiseling because we have a bunch of them done. They just need to be chiseled. I need to weld up a tong rack over here by the forge. Right here are my tongs. They get hot though. This is fairly hot down here. Tank isn't hot. That's all that matters. Yeah, we got a bunch of cold chiseling to do. And we could just batch out like 10 of them in one go, I bet. I was gonna try to catch up tonight. I know that seems like a tall order. Just a man for the job though.
Arthur,
Ow! Get off of me!
I'll be back later. Needs must support my friends.
Just don't step on it when it's down there. It'll be fine. Usually I come here but I have more heat. And I'll put the tip on the other edge. That one smarted a little bit. It's already blistering. That's where I caught slag last time I was on. And I popped it on field work today on accident. Went out to the Blackwater Draw. This is some interesting soil formations out there.
Said, if I can get it fixed till I can get another motor to rebuild and put in it, it would be great. I can get another motor with less than 50,000 on it. The one that's in it has just about 300,000.
Is there a burn one? No, I don't think there's a burn command yet. There is a...
Oh! He needs some milk.
All right, let's turn off the forge real quick. I'm gonna take a pecan irrigation break. Then we're gonna do some cold chiseling. And once we get 3, maybe 4 ahead of ourselves, we'll turn back on the forge, and we'll be doing hot chiseling and cold chiseling simultaneously. But as you see, I got a
Darkest Nights
stack of leaves here ready to be finished.
There was a burn command at one point.
And we really don't need to be forging anymore. Was there? You got to talk to Alvin about that one. Oh, you told me you needed moderator privileges on something. Was it trigger fire or what was it? The problem is we almost never talk unless we're on stream, man. I'm sorry.
Asus Enthusiast said, Leaf leaves. Darkest Nights said, yes, trigger fire or slobs.
Okay, we can do both. Did Alvin say that was something I have to do, or can he get you the permissions for that? He's an editor on the channel. All right. Take a pecan irrigation break. We'll be back in 2 shakes. How about that?
Darkest Nights said, didn't say. Asus Enthusiast said, Texan Space Agency, you're welcome. Flossie Goliard said, I suggest foliage ANF front. Flossie Goliard said, Frondoy. C. Goat Forge said, what is this?
What is what? Did a little quick pecan irrigation break. Now we're about to start cold chiseling. Dang, this camera just does not want to focus. If I step back here. Yeah. About to start cold chiseling a whole bunch. I don't know if you saw an anvil cam, but we have a whole stack of the dang old leaves that we have to get cold chiseled and then hot chiseled. So once we get ahead of it, we'll turn the forge back on and we'll resume hot chiseling. But man, for now we're getting after it. Glad you're here, Seagoat. How's your weekend shaping up? Oh, let's switch to anvil cam. I suppose that would help, wouldn't it?
C. Goat Forge
Is it done?
said,
These are
Suffered
whips.
most of today with a migraine, but out in the shop now.
Dang, nice. Well, not so nice. Migraine not nice, but the fact that you're back out there is good. What do you got going on? What are you working on, brother?
See Goat Forge. Said. Just finished up one bottle opener, working on another.
Bottle openers. You want to race? Let's have a bottle opener race. Get on Discord with me and we'll have a bottle opener race. I'm pretty good at the bottle openers now, brother. After I made so many for Livingston Forge. I bet your bottle openers look way nicer than mine, though. Mmm. All right, start off in the right direction. Just have to finish him up now. All right, just keep chiseling these out.
Jack for _ST. Said. Migraines ain't no good.
Ah, yeah, man. I know you're struggling right now, brother. What's up, girls? Good night and goodbye.
Bring all of her animals out.
Oh, I get kisses
See
from all
Goat
the animals
Forge.
and my girl.
Said. I keep losing connection, rip.
I love you. Does your chin feel better? So, tell me, I don't remember the story. How did you bust your chin? Oh, you fell off the steps? Oh, where did you bust your chin on? The steps? That hurt pretty good, huh? Doc took care of you, right?
No, yeah.
Nana took care of you? Good. She's good at taking care of you, huh? It'll heal just fine.
No, it's not already healed.
It's healing.
Yeah, it feels a lot better, doesn't it?
Feels better?
All
Hey,
right.
don't lick it though. Yucky. I love you, princess. Good night. Sorry, y'all. That's what this is all about. It's a little hard to chisel on the ridge, but I find if you kind of go like this is exaggerated obviously, and then you roll through the cut, you have a lot more control, and you just kind of step down it as you go. Jack Frost and the other Smiths and Seagoat, and they're probably rolling their eyes like, well, no shit, that's how you're supposed to do it. But I'm learning, man. This is all new to me, baby. Especially these little complex curves like this. If that was hot, that would have fucked me up. Cool. Cool. Bingo. I got 4 leaves. Or almost have 4 leaves done. We might fire up the forge. Start hot chiseling and cold chiseling. Just don't let me mess it up and use the wrong chisel for the wrong application again. Dang. That son of a bitch wants to jump. This is exactly why we make these cold cuts, so that before we send metal flying hot, we can just set the hot chisel down inside these little grooves we've cut in there.
Flossie
Or I
Goliard
guess if like it
said,
enables to woodworking.
paint the hot chisels red and the cold ones blue perhaps.
That's a good
Jalidon
idea.
Fox said, hello.
That's not a bad idea. Right now, there's a thickness difference, but it's subtle. And I'm also keeping the the hot chisel in the water. It's a little counterintuitive, but. Alright, that's 4. Let's do that one, and let's put this one in the heat. It's not going to be in there long. We just brush it, and actually we don't even brush it. Pull it out, start chiseling it. We can follow the Lone Mountain Knife Co. showed me, and I'm glad I'm using it with this one. You can just, like chipping hammer, obviously, duh, you can hit the scale off like that, but you will put a little dimple in there. Unless you use a fairly wide hammer like that. And just give it a little tap, 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 and the scale will fly off. But let's fire up the forge. We'll hot cut it. And when it starts to cool down, we'll stamp a name into it. We're rocking and rolling, guys. Jalidon, it's good to see you. I don't know if I said hi earlier. Hope you're doing well, brother. Skull, my friend. How's your weekend shaping up? Man, let's go back to left-handed.
Jalidon Fox said, "Feeling good, my rib popped and the pain went away, hope it lasts." Jalidon
dang.
Fox said, "How's you?"
Doing pretty good. So this morning I went and a field work with a world-renowned geologist, and he showed me some really cool stuff. I was actually there to observe his class, and he took a lot of his time out of his day to talk to me personally about stuff that my questions I had about the region.
Do you get dislocating ribs as well, Jalidon?
It does sound pretty painful. How do you even start to get dislocating ribs?
Flossie Goliard said, "Name of Geodude."
Dr. Yoshinobu. Aaron Yoshinobu. I can find him. Dr.
Jalidon Fox
Yoshin.
said, "Yeah, I thought it was broken this time though, cause it wasn't going away." Jackfra_ST said, "I slammed into a telephone pole." Jackfra_ST said, "If I can't fix mine, I go to a chiropractor and they can usually get it."
But this old boy is brilliant, man. He's brilliant. And I'm out there to observe his class, and they're doing their geology stuff, and I'm just kind of like listening and taking notes, doing my
Jalidon
thing.
Fox
A couple recordings and stuff like that.
"Good idea."
And then
Flossie Goliard said, "Yoshinobu's seen his name on papers."
he's on a bunch of them, dude. He's really cool though. He's a really badass dude. I mean, it's also like he has a really close relationship with the students too. Like they call him, "Hey Yoshi," off the side of a cliff face and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, really badass guy. I know, I was humbled. He invited me to go along with him again, and gave me a personal invitation to go along with him on this expedition, or I guess field trip. And it was at the Blackwater Draw north of Lubbock. And there's a very weird spot, something occurring there at the Blackwater Draw that is kind of unique just to the region. And it's basically that something like 2,000 or 3,000 years ago, there was like a riverbed that went through there, and there was all this deposited soil that came through there, and it's only right on this marginal area along these old historic draws where the soil is, and it's just like you can see it's this weird kind of thing going on where there's like 1940s stuff, and then on top of that it's just intermixed with the stuff. There's 1,000-year-old soil, and then 4 yards north of you there's 12,000-year-old soil at the same strata. And I'm an economist. I don't really understand what's going on, to be honest with you, but I love listening to people that know what they're talking about, talk about stuff like this, and like going into freaking canyons with them and stuff like that. Like, it was a really cool trip, man. Had a good time.
Jalidon Fox said, "That sounds pretty neat."
That's a cool guy.
Flossie Goliard said, braided river deposits sounds like fun.
The Blackwater Draw. I had previously gone out in the field with them at Mount Blanco. And then he invited me to go out to Blackwater Draw with him. And it was cool because, you know, I get along with his TAs and stuff like that. We're all hanging out and talking shop. And I got, Flossie, you might like this. There's an interesting formation happening. So there's buried soils, obviously, as this ancient riverbed is collapsing in on itself and depositing in on itself. But there's definitive, like, caliche bookmarks, I guess. That's probably the wrong word for geologists. Where you can tell, so there's like an O, and then a B-E-T-K, and then a very little, no, almost no A, and then there's a buried soil one, and then a BK comes later. And I'm already outside of my depth. I'm talking about stuff I don't understand. I'm repeating stuff I heard today. There's interesting stuff going on there. There's also these weird, like, proto-geodes they found. And, like, I cracked one open and I showed a student, and then he went and he smashed another one open with his geology hammer. And there's wild variation. They look like it's a geode, but there's no quartz or crystalline structure inside of it. Instead, you either find it's full of sand, the same sand surrounding it, or it's full of what appears to be
Flossie
desiccated,
Goliard
like
said,
calcium
chert
carbonate.
nodules.
Send me a link. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll show you one. Let me hammer this out and I'll show you one. I don't know what you're talking about. I have a tile saw. I was going to cut one open on stream. I'm glad you're here. But some of them have sand inside of them. Some of them have like desiccated calcium carbonate. And he took some. He's going to epoxy them and ask some other folks about them. But obviously I'm outside of my depth. I'm a dang economist.
Flossie Goliard
And a cartographer now.
Sometimes the common term is thunder eggs.
Oh man, I'm so interested now. I gotta go look at this. Joff, for it, Joff. Thunder eggs? Let me go grab it. This is them. And it's hollow inside of there. Some of them are filled with sand, some are filled with calcium carbonate. But like, listen to this. You hear that rolling around inside there? It's got that little... Should we cut it open with a tile saw before it gets too late? Or is a tile saw the wrong tool for that job? Hacksaw? Out in the field, they're just smashing them open with a
Flossie
little
Goliard
geology hammer.
said, yup, fun things full of surprises.
Chert nodules. Let me Google that. Got any papers or anything I can send Yoshinobu? That's totally where we were. We were in chalk
Flossie
and
Goliard
calcitates.
said, tile saw is what I've used.
Perhaps. So ours, when they were opened up, they were desiccated inside, or they were completely full of. Remember, I have some in my pants somewhere. Blackwater draw, yeah,
Flossie Goliard
aeolian deposition.
said, if you want to tell him names, you can say that you talked with someone who worked for Dr. Kevin Chamberlain. Jalidon Fox
Will do.
said, did you get any orders for custom geology hammers?
That's what I should be doing, brother. I have a geology hammer. Let me go grab one. That's what I should be making is geology hammers. Dude, that's brilliant. That's a great idea. Yoshinobu would love one. So this is a geology hammer, if you don't know. I don't know what Flossie calls him, an actual geologist. But you can excavate with it, get to your samples, do whatever you want. Then they pull out little hand lenses, and they
make
pour
mini geo hammers for
hydrochloric
jewelry
acid on
or
there.
decoration.
And then this flat side. That's what they use to smash open, apparently, chert nodules. So should we cut it open with a tile saw? On stream? Wet? Wet or dry tile saw? The problem is I feel like if I got it wet, it would start dissolving in whatever's inside of it. Let's just get a little water on her hand.
Flossie Goliard said, tile saw wet is best even for delicates.
You want to do it? Should we go for it? It seems like everybody but the nerds have left anyways. Fuck it. Let's go for it. You wanna? It's gonna be loud as sin. People are like, I'm here for blacksmithing, and now we're talking about freaking chert nodules.
Jalidon Fox said, I vote go for it.
Let's do it then. Here's the old tile saw. That's a little warm still. So these are cold chisel. Let's put these here. And these that still need chiseling, let's put them on the other side. Put a little chert nodule there. It's still a little warm. That goes in the water. That goes there. Woo! So you see this alluvial or aeolian deposit? This is what is filled within some of these chert nodules. This stuff, but it's actually a little bit redder. And I'm sorry, I'm not a
Dime
geologist,
Duchess
Flossie. I don't know what I'm
said,
talking about.
Yo TSA buenas noches.
Buenas noches. We're doing a little impromptu geology right now, because I just got back from field work with a geologist. And Flossie is also a subject matter expert, so she's guiding us through a little bit of this process. We're about to cut open what apparently is called a chert nodule. This guy right here. And if you listen, let me mute the music real quick. Maybe you can hear this. It's hollow inside.
Flossie Goliard
Can you hear that?
said. Chert nodule was a guess as to what they might be. Dime Duchess said. Geodes
not a geode.
LFG.
It's not a geode because there's no crystalline structure inside there. We had cracked some open in the field. Some of them are full of like sand. The surrounding sediment is what they're full of. Even on the cliff face, you could crack them open and some of them would be full of sand.
Dime Duchess.
But then you could get some of them
said,
open and they look like desiccated
"Okay, my bad."
chert nodules. They're close to geodes. Nobody knows what they are. Even the guy I was with didn't know what they were. Chert nodules is what Flossie suggests they might be. So, yeah, we're going to cut this open, see what it is. Why not? Let's go for it. It's going to get wet as shit, isn't it? It's going to fling water just about everywhere. We're going to get soaked. How do I want to do this? Maybe on the ground? Yeah, I think I want to do this on the ground. It's going to be kind of sketch because it's small. That's why I went with the biggest one I could find out there because I was planning on cutting it open with this old tile saw. The old Harbor Freight Special. And honestly, that's a great solution for a tile
Goliard
saw because I only
said,
use it like once every 5 years.
Find flattest resting position, medium pressure.
Medium pressure, all right. We'll start the jams back up. Let's pour ourselves another flute of champagne. Let's do some science. All right, ain't that the way? Yeah, I got a Harbor
Jalidon
Freight
Fox said,
tile saw because I use
let
it like
us
once
hope
every
there
5 years.
isn't a dormant alien egg stuck inside.
What if there is?
Flossie
Won't that be
Goliard
exciting?
said,
Won't that be exciting?
saw
dude?
should be stationary. Carefully push the rock through the saw.
Okay, that's what I'm planning on doing. I forgot how the son of a bitch works though, if I'm honest with you. Nope, I was wrong. There's my switch. I remember opening it up and filling it with water. Forgot how I did that though. Not like that, obviously.
Darkest Nights said, just use your bandsaw you cut rod with if that don't work.
We're about to cut into this nodule. We're doing impromptu geology.
Flossie
What?
Goliard said, I have no clue how many hours I have been in front of a tile saw cutting things for work.
About the nodule?
Yeah, she kept playing with it and asking about it.
I need an extension cord. This won't work. Oh, because I showed it to her and it made a sound?
Yeah.
What's inside of there? Nobody knows.
No, she was picking it up later, and I was like, oh, Debbie, don't do that. No, it's gonna happen.
They were worried it might have an alien embryo in there or something. Or what about like a late Pleistocene era insect that I'm going to release upon Lubbock, Texas right now in a non-laboratory setting. We're at least documenting everything.
Just use the lab stuff quick and let's be done.
All right.
She's not asleep.
It's Saturday.
That doesn't matter. But kids.
Flossie Goliard said, Cutting an oriented thin section blank from the center of a rock the size of my chest is an interesting and delicate set of actions. Jalidon
I can
Fox
imagine.
said, I've seen this movie before. This is how it starts.
This is how it starts. This is how it starts right here. I think I want to put the arbor in. I mean, put the blade in before we put the water in. I wonder if my wife has his number. There's got to be a blade lock somewhere. Are we unplugged? Yeah, we're unplugged. Which way does this go?
Flossie Goliard said, yes, blade goes first, then water, easier to tighten things when not too wet.
Bingo. I don't speak French. Do we want to put this little blade guard thing in there that's going to make cutting this a little difficult? Nah. That's an unnecessary luxury. What does this think? A miter guide. Yeah, we definitely don't need that. Get that shit out of here.
Flossie Goliard said, shouldn't he need guard?
Well, great. My reservoir is leaking like a son of a bitch. How has this happened? How has this happened? Oh, I guess I don't need that much water. Just a wee little bit, huh? Okay. Yeah, like I said, I use this like once every 5 years or something. I have a tiling job. Take care of it. Go about my life. Don't do tiling anymore. I guess we don't need that much water. We're gonna get pretty wet, aren't we? I remember getting wet last time I did this. How much is this about to suck? I feel like this is about to suck. When I get comfortable, and we'll just kiss it. We'll just work it slow till we're all the way around, right? Is that what you suggest?
Flossie Goliard
I'm sitting in
said,
Indian style right now.
if nothing else, have wife hold hose and dribble water as you cut.
It's got water, but there's like a little drain hole if you do more than an inch or two of water in here. And I was just like, well, just send it, fill it to the top. And so all that shit ran out. But I think we're golden. Are we in frame? Looks like we're in frame. Whew. Okay, let's plan our cut now. Should we change the title to Impromptu Geology? I don't think the regular crowd is very pleased, but it's okay. We're having a good time.
Dime Duchess
Where
said,
should we cut?
I'm chilling, I'm stoked to see you crack it open.
Nice. I'm glad you're here, Denise. Where would we be without you? Oh, that pencil's broken. Let's just throw it away. I kind of want to go to use this rag as a straight edge. Problem with going this way is I have to hit that nodule or whatever, this little stem flat against the side. So I don't know if that cut will work. You're the pro. What do you think there, Flossie?
Flossie Goliard said, I would advise no cloth.
Apology.
Flossie Goliard said, as for location of cut, are there any cracks? Cutting along the crack would be better
What?
than across
You're gonna
one.
ash all over yourself.
I'm not gonna, that's trucker ash. No, I'm not gonna cut with the cloth on there. The cloth is my straight edge to make a mark around it. As far as location, what do you suggest? Are there any cracks? None that I've seen. The cloth is just on a straight edge, so I can go this way. Which way do you think I should go? I gotta avoid this though. That's the thing. Maybe I should go this way then.
I thought you would do it.
This way. The cloth is a straight edge. Imagine the cloth is a straight
Flossie
edge.
Goliard said, yes, that would work for cut location then.
How about that one? The nodule is right here, or that little stem. And I could roll it all the way around on that. It's a little thin in that direction, but we'll go slow. That's why I was hoping to go the other way, because it's fat and I could hold it, but that's the reason why I picked the biggest one. We should be okay. We'll go slow, and if it at all starts feeling sketch, I'll stop. I'm a blacksmith, I'm not a geologist. I'm not even a blacksmith, I'm an economist. I'm not even an economist.
Yes, you are.
Alright, let's mark our cut. I'll have to send this to Yoshi. You think he'll be mad? They send the VOD to Yoshi.
He'll let you take it, right?
He didn't stop me. And then he said, yeah, you're welcome anytime. We'll see you soon. I'm like, let me know. I'll be out here. I want to see more cool places in my place, you know? Give me a little sketch. We'll cut this. We'll be okay. So that's our cut line. And then we'll fill it with epoxy or something after that. Are you nervous? I'm a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
You're nervous? Why are you nervous? I need to be nervous. Maybe I shouldn't send it to Yoshi. Why? All right, we're gonna mute the mic for it. Oh, will you switch to this camera, please? Yeah. I'm gonna mute the mic for it because it's gonna be loud as hell.
I don't know how to do that. Come over here.
It says anvil time. If you hit anvil time, you see it? Yeah.
So how do you mute the mic? Oh, you're muting the mic.
Yeah. Actually, I'm just gonna give it to you.
Flossie Goliard said.
I don't want to get
Remember,
wet.
tile saws are pretty much fast-moving sanders. They don't have big teeth, so they can't cut off a finger easily. The worst I have ever got from one is a mild abrasion.
Thanks, Flossie. Makes me feel a little bit better. Entire bottle of champagne by himself does not make me feel better.
Like 4 glasses.
I had half of a glass.
All right, now watch this. If this starts going.
Dime Duchess said. Hiya, Mrs. Texan Space Agency.
Well, hey, Dime Duchess.
That's Denise.
Denise.
She
I knew that you, yeah.
Corner of the tree.
Yeah.
She's the one that like. Did
Yes, that's right. I don't know if you can see how much water it's spitting out at him.
Flossie Goliard said. Hello, Mrs. TX, how is you and the little one?
The little one was getting over a ear infection this week, so nobody slept. Get back.
Flossie Goliard said. Face shield would be recommended. TX and oof, sorry, little one had ear infection, no fun at all.
It's so wet over there. And
I think I should cleave it. Look how dirty I am.
wow.
This is Pleistocene era.
No, it's
Screw
not.
it.
It sure is not.
Okay,
It's
fine.
gotta be older than that.
There's a couple of high spots that I don't know
yeah.
if I'm able to get, and I messed it up trying to get to it. Look, I made this little hamburger type thing in there. Didn't mean
Flossie
to.
Goliard said. A little tappity tap might work to finish the job.
It's thicker than I thought it was gonna be in there.
It's really thick. Let's do a little tap 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 over here. I gotta wipe my glasses off though. I can't see shit.
All good. Do you want just a paper towel or what do you want?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I knew I was gonna get wet.
Flossie Goliard said, chisel and cut, tap lightly.
Chisel and cut, tap lightly is what she said. Okay. I never know how quickly it goes through.
You ready?
Nope.
Is it on? Oh. You see it on that camera?
And so I'm trying to get it. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see. Whoa. That's pretty cool.
So what is this, Flossie?
That's really cool.
We got some kind of notification happened. I'm so
Bulletin_G said, hey TSA.
Thank you for stopping on by. How are you, man? How's your health? Buzzcat, glad to see you. We're doing a little DIY geology
Jalidon
here.
Fox said, whoa.
That's a geode?
Flossie Goliard
That's a geode?
said,
Okay.
yay is a geode, congrats. Karen NX said, surviving. Jalidon
Here,
Fox
you can take this if you're
said,
chatting.
I'd like to welcome our new alien overlords.
Welcome our new alien overlords. Should I get us to Yoshi now?
Dime Duchess said,
Dang.
so pretty.
But yeah, take it up and show him. That was pretty cool. That's not at all what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be much more
Some
hollow.
of them are completely full of sediment.
Yeah.
Like the orange Amarillo fine sandy loam. They're completely full of that.
Flossie
Right.
They
Goliard
don't have any of this going
said,
on. It's
not a
completely
pretty
full.
geode by non-geology standards, but it is
Very
great.
cool. So one day, eventually, that would be a full.
No, because he was saying he cracked one open and he said he saw some
Jalidon
evidence of
Fox
quartz in there, but not
said,
geode.
that looks pretty sweet. Karen
It does
NX
look pretty
But
sweet,
ours,
man.
yeah, I mean,
said, remember that one time in The Simpsons when everyone brought a geode to show and tell?
I do.
very cool.
Nope.
Don't touch it.
There we go.
Stop. Don't mess it up.
Everybody's like, no! Probably 3 million years old. Guessing by the strata at that area. But so, I don't know. I don't know how this is formed at all. But there was some evidence of ants in the area, and I imagined that they pulled down some mud from the calcium carbonate layer and lined the inside of their little chambers with it.
Karen NX
The tubes eroded away.
geodes
but
are
whatever it
really
was near,
geological
It
soda.
would get filled up with whatever's nearby in that strata. So like their little tunnels would just be channels for any kind of fluvial deposition taking place. And so they would get filled with whatever strata is at that level. And I don't think we're seeing something 3 million years old. I think we're seeing something probably like late Pleistocene era, Termidae going on. I'm an economist, by the way. This is not my expertise. But I think we're seeing something in the Termidae family. They created a little
Flossie
pocket,
Goliard
and then it filled up with sediment.
said,
But I don't know.
congrats
You tell me, Flossie.
TX, you have made one step to becoming a rock jock.
I'm not a rock jock.
We'll make him get confirmation from the geologists at
We'll
campus.
we'll take it to the geology department. We'll take it to Yoshinobu tomorrow. Monday. So what is this little outgrowth right here? What is this little thing?
Can they hear you?
Oh, what is this?
That's why I've been trying to hand it to you.
Oh, sorry. This little thing. What is this little thing? This little spur that's formed off of
Karen NX said, pour some on that so you have whiskey on the rocks.
Whiskey on the rocks.
We should pull the other bottle of champagne out. I'm just kidding.
No, no, sir.
Flossie Goliard said, Looks like a standard Thunder egg but with a pretty nifty center.
Thunder eggs. They're called. I'm sorry, Kurt. I have a Google Paint open with them. Chert nodules.
Flossie Goliard
Thunder pain.
said,
Thunder.
"That is just an
egg.
irregularity in the outside."
A lot more exciting than a chert nodule.
Thunder egg is, yeah. All right, Flossie, would you PM me? I forgot what that doctor's name was. You told me earlier. Well, Charlotte's here. She'll remember. Where is it? Kevin Chamberlain. Okay. You remember that?
Kevin Chamberlain.
Can you remember that name?
Yep.
I will not remember that name until I see his face. Okay. Flossie, that was really cool. Thanks for helping me with that. Never thought that would happen. Man, I'm covered.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick little...
It's a cipher right there.
Oh, what's over here?
You see all the...
Oh, yeah, because I was trying
Flossie
to lean
Goliard
into it and eyeball the
said,
line. This whole side
"Don't
is
quote
wet.
me on Thunder egg or chert nodule. Chert was a guess and Thunder egg is a colloquialism."
Colloquialism is thunder egg. All right, well, I'm going to take just a couple of minutes, BRB, change my shirts, wash my face off, and we'll come back and keep working on some feathers. Thank you, guys.
Jalidon Fox said, "Chert nodule Flossie Goliard Thunder egg Flossie Goliard." Flossie Goliard said, "XP." Karen NX said, "F. Goliard 2022 visual analysis of chert nodules and thunder eggs on a social network broadcast." Jalidon Fox said, "You win." Karen NX said, "Took me longer to type, however you beat me to it." Flossie Goliard said, "Karen NX and the inadvisability of doing so when the resolution is at less than 700p. Karen NX said. Follow-up paper F. Goliard 2022 Limitations of Visual Real-Time Online Analysis of Geological Samples Based on Network Conditions and Encoding Algorithms. Karen NX said. Why make one paper when you can push 3 impact factors? Flossie Goliard said. And a fourth verbally assisting non-geologists in the methods of cutting field samples for analysis. Flossie Goliard said. Analysis Danjit I am tired. Jalidon Fox said. Hi tired I'm Fox. Karen NX said. My cars are tired too, need to switch from winter to summer tires soon however. Karen NX said. Okay, I'll go sit in the corner with the potted plants now. Flossie Goliard said. It's okay, I may be the wrong gender for dad jokes but I like them. Karen NX said. Is a two-time dad, hence the jokes. Jalidon Fox said, "No kids I know about, but I like the jokes still." Flossie Goliard said, "Geology is hardly the field of study to avoid puns. Softcore and hardcore, all puns make up the bedrock of the field."
We're back, y'all. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you hanging out with us through the BRB. Got a clean shirt on, representing Texas Tech now. You know, the best geologists in the world come from Texas Tech. Flossie's probably screaming at her computer screen right now like a grandma
Sid
watching Price is Right.
said,
Oh,
"Love
thanks,
that rocket
man.
TSA."
Oh, I love it too. Sid, thanks for being here, man. You missed a little DIY geology earlier. I cut open
Jalidon Fox
a chert nodule, apparently is what it's called.
"That popper scared me."
Popper scared a lot of people. It's okay. Man, we're celebrating 700 followers, and we haven't even gotten the 600 follower
"I saw it a bit."
decorations
Sid
off.
LULZ
Like,
said,
it happened so quick.
"Was eating." Sid
Gotcha.
LULZ said, "LOL."
But we're glad to have all you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We haven't even got the 600 follower
Flossie
decorations
Goliard
down, and we're on 700
said,
already.
"TX
Rockin' and
geologists
rolling.
learned what they know from the University of Wyoming."
Oh, shots fired. Look, that's even getting more pretty as it dries out. Look at that, guys. We'll let that hang out for a second. Start our music back up. And continue the journey of 100 leaves. And 1 bottle of champagne. Excuse me. By the end of the night, we'll set that piñata on fire. You may see it hanging right there. My wife got the Fortnite special purple piñata. So we'll set that bad boy on fire as a tribute to, you know, all the Fortnite gamers.
Flossie Goliard said,
I'm burning the llama,
"As it is
dude.
after 9 p.m. here, it is time for me to log for the night. Have fun all."
Thank you,
Sid
Flossie, and thank you
LULZ
for your expertise
said,
in
"You burning the llama."
geology department.
Flossie
Man.
Goliard
That was a really cool thing.
said,
I appreciate you being here for
"Congrats again,
for that
TX."
and helping me with that. You know, I wouldn't have had the courage to do it had you not been here. I was gonna get around to it, but here we are. We cut it open. I'm gonna send it to Yoshinobu in the morning or on Monday, and we'll see what he says. Hopefully he'll be happy. He won't be pissed off at me, but I'm sure he'll be stoked. It looks pretty cool, man. A chert nodule,
Flossie
a
Goliard
thunder egg,
said,
as she said.
"Not a trouble, TX, and was fun to see."
Yeah, thanks for being here. I'm sorry I didn't do it up to spec with your, you know, your caliber of science, but I'm just a lowly knuckle dragon economist, you know. We're doing the best we can. Start up the tunes. What do we got? Let's start off on the right foot. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Whoa, what is that? Oh, Sid gifted a tier 1 sub to Flossie. Dang, that means we have to reload the confetti cannon. It's my pleasure to. Should have done that before. Sid, thank you for that subscription. Flossie, enjoy the emotes, including the burning piñata. Thanks for being here, guys. Those are fun.
Sid
My wife
LULZ
made a good choice on this.
said,
Thank you,
LMAO
guys.
much love.
Well, let's clear this thunder egg off of the bench. We'll throw these little chunks over into there. We ought to put it somewhere where we can see it. Let's put it over here by the champagne flute. Skull. Cheers, my friends. We made it to 700 followers. We pretended to be a geologist, and here we are. Glad to have each and every one of you guys. It's, man, I'm feeling froggy. Let's fire up the forge and let's crank out a leaf or two. And while that's cooking, we can be cleaning off the tile saw we have out from cutting open the thunder egg. I also wanted to crank out a bottle opener just for old. That piece is probably long enough. Both of these will do the trick. I'm gonna stick a bottle opener in there and crank that out for old Sea Goat Forge. He was making bottle openers this evening. We'll see how mine stacks up. This is gonna be a little tough because the bars are different lengths. It's usually beneficial to have them the same length so you can just like know precisely
Karen
how
NX
deep you penetrate.
said, alright, I'm crashing here, so we'll be lurking while I pass out.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, thank you for coming on by. Thank you for sending that raid. Hope you're doing well. Always have you in mind, my man. Let me know how the health is shaping up, and we wish you the best. Always, brother. Always wish you the best, man.
Karen NX said, no problem.
Let's set this aside. Let this water drain out. Looks like the neighbor's having a nice night. There's a bunch of soap in there. That's the only thing I can figure out to do to keep the chickens from drinking it. If you put soap in it, they do not take one little peck and they're like, oh, yuck.
Karen
I want that.
NX
I've also
said,
heard I can put some salt in there.
well,
but that
met an
might fuck up my
oncologist
clinches.
Friday and some tough calls to make soon, odds not too great with or without over the next few years, but at least I can apply to grow a heck of a lot of pot in my backyard legally.
Hey, at least there's some benefits to living up in Canada. You know we have a freaking, to see you out, my friend, we have a
Susan _ D1 said, cheer 100.
Susan, thank you.
Karen NX said, haha.
Just for you, my man. For better or for
Sid
worse, huh?
LULZ
For better or for worse.
said, I made a bunch
Susan,
of al
thank you.
pastor tacos for an event in the area with a bunch of the fancy restaurants. Apparently my tacos won like best food at the event.
Hell
Susan
yeah,
_
Sid.
D1
What's the secret of your
said,
tacos?
cheers.
How do you do your, what? Tell me about your tacos, Sid.
Karen NX
Your
Sid.
award-winning tacos.
Krigasm 420
Seems good.
Bruh, thank you. Hey, we hit 500 bits between the two of you guys. You need to pick another a leaf for somebody. Debate amongst yourself, Susan and Kyron. Decide who amongst you gets a leaf. We just hit another record. So you pick, man. Whatever you want. Susan, if you're okay throwing your 100 into his 420 and vice versa. I assume it might be, but I don't mean to speak for you. Maybe I shouldn't.
Susan underscore D1 said, I couldn't
Susan.
drop in empty-handed.
Man, we're just glad to have you. What are you talking about? Oh, there's definitely a leaf. Jeez. Sheesh. Thank you guys so much. So,
Karen NX
Flossie is number 54.
There you go.
Jeez, dude. No, yeah, Flossie is 54.
Sid LULZ said, I coated the pork butts in Cajun seasoning, then seared them, then I just cooked them on a stovetop in a mixture of our homemade cider beer, pineapples juice, some chopped onion and garlic cloves. Sid LULZ
Ooh, that sounds
said,
so good.
Let it roll till it was tender enough to pull.
So who got it? Jaladon got 55 with the random. Jaladon Fox. Jaladon, welcome to the Leaf. You are number
Susan
55.
underscore D1
55.
said, Dang, Sid, sounds good. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, it sounds really good, Sid. Guys, thank you for all the support for the channel. It's going to be a hell of a tree.
Sid LULZ
We got to start making leaves.
said,
Speaking of.
Pretty good for not having an oven smoker in our kitchen, LMAO.
As soon as we get one more leaf done, we'll fire up the forge and we will continue hot cutting them and stamping them. We got one ready to stamp, I believe, over there. That was pretty gnarly. What in the heck was that? Let's go check it before I get started. Holy shit. Denise! Sid!
Duchess
Holy cow!
Sid, thank you. Sid
Sid.
LULZ.
Thank you so
Sid.
much.
Choo choo.
50. Oh, and that brings us up to a hype train. Well, dang, man. Well, hot dog. Thank you, Sid. we
Karen
appreciate
NX
you, brother.
said,
Oh,
birthday 100.
what the heck? Man, thank y'all
Karen
so
NX
much.
said, let us get this
Dang.
train out of station.
We had to play a song for that. Let me find it. Guys, thank you
Sid
for the support,
LULZ
man.
said, I can add more leaf names if you'd
What?
like, LMAO.
Yeah, we need a
Susan
56 needs a
D1
name.
said, cheer 100. Jaladon
56
Fox
needs a name, and
said,
Susan is 2/5
thank
of a
you,
way
Karen
to another
NX
one.
Karen NX
Guys,
said,
oh my goodness. Yeah,
Jaladon
56
Fox.
needs a
Dime
name.
Duchess
So whatever
said,
you think, man.
please do Sid.
Maybe this is the right remix. I think this is the right remix. Let's try it out. Guys, thank you so much. 56 needs a name. Susan is 2/5
Susan
of the way
underscore
through.
D1
Oh, there
said,
it is.
cheer 100, cheer
Susan,
100, cheer
guys,
100.
thank you so much. We got to pop
Sid
2 of these
LULZ
now.
said,
Thank
so
you.
for that
Thank
first
you.
gifted, give the leaf to who I gifted, the cool geologist guy.
Flossie already got one. You already gifted one to Flossie. 54 you gifted to Flossie.
Sid LULZ said,
So
for
Nubby,
Duchesses il do nubby.
NUBBY for 56. 57 is open.
Sid LULZ said,
Guys, thank you
Oh, shit,
so
cool.
much, guys.
Dime Duchess
What the
said, ha ha
Nubby?
nubby.
Ball Fire Enzy, thank you so much for hitting that follow button, man. We appreciate you. There was nothing in that but skull either way. Okay. let's start chiseling, and then we will fire up the forge. We still have 57 has been claimed, but no name has been put on it yet. So Denise and Sid, and Susan paid for that one. So yeah, Susan, whoever you want, let me know. And thank you again, guys. This is a really, really, really humbling thing to see this come together and people support me and my art. I never thought I'd be here and people would want this thing to happen, you know? It's a very cool thing, man. So thank y'all.
Susan_D1 said, Marina, my daughter's name.
Hell yeah, we can do that. 57 MARINA. Marina. And we're going to put on the Google Doc courtesy of Susan D1. Thank you so much for your support.
Karen NX said, Party 1776, let us make a Texan Liberty Bell out of those leaves. Susan_D1.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you with the 1776
like where you dock a boat.
Like where I dock a boat. That gets it 2 more, 3 more. 3 more, so 58, 59, and 60. Kyra, tell me who you want to do. Look at all the confetti go flying. Thank you so much for your support, man. I'm overwhelmed, man. I'm overwhelmed with I don't know. I've always doubted myself in my, I never was like, oh, I can't do art. No, it would be shit. Nobody'd ever appreciate it. Nobody'd ever want to do it. I have to build functional pieces. And to see this, overwhelming support of a creative venture is, I don't know. It shakes me, man. It shakes me. It makes me consider other things. And I'm humbled by it. And I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it, guys. It makes me want to swing that hammer even harder. So, let's start swinging that dang hammer. All right?
Karen NX said, your wireless is cutting out.
Is it? Is it Robotronic or just cutting out?
Karen NX said, not now but a bit earlier it was.
Oh, okay. I reset it, so hopefully we'll get some progress out of it. Oh, I was right. I was standing there. Why didn't I think of switching back to anvil cam? We're gonna keep cold chiseling. So we have 4 of them ready to go. After this one, we get this cold chiseled out. We'll put them in the fire and we'll start hot chisel them. We have 1 that needs to be stamped. And after we stamp it, we'll just keep going down the line. I don't need this geology hammer anymore, but I think we'll add the geology hammer to the hammer rack. Give it a permanent spot. I'm gonna start, I think Jalodon suggested I start making custom geology hammers.
Karen NX
And I think that'd be pretty cool.
said, Anvil Cam evil.
Anvil cam is evil? What's wrong with the anvil cam? Alright, let's practice hot chiseling by cold chiseling. Most of what I'm practicing is manipulation of the metal and placement of the chisel in relation to the workpiece without actually handling it. Got it.
Karen NX said, imagine how it was to do nails by hand. Karen
I've talked to
NX
some smiths and they said you should be able to make,
I mean hammer nails.
like like forge nails out of steel, or to hammer nails by hand, like into wood. Because I've talked to some smiths who make nails, and you should be able to make 2 nails a minute, I think, is the record for the apprentice smith. Just crank them out. That first nail will take you a couple of minutes, but then you get ahead of yourself with the heats and processes, and then by the 6th nail, you're cranking out 2 nails a minute.
Karen NX said, Choo choo. Sid LULZ
No way.
said, dude, I never thought about how back in the day people literally just made nails and shit until you mentioned it once, and that's just crazy.
Oh yeah, people made nails by hand. I mean, it looks something like this. Just a random one I pulled out. But you see how it's a rectangle. There's a feather in there. See how it's
Sid
a rectangle?
LULZ said,
Because it's oriented
I mean,
with
it
the
makes
grain.
sense.
And it's actually beneficial.
Karen NX
Hand-forged nails are
said,
better than wire.
We might
wire
have to
nails,
go
'cause
back
wire
to
nails
these skill
split.
sets sooner than later depending on world events.
I agree.
Sid
Wire nails
LULZ
will split grain,
said,
but if you orient this correctly,
Karen NX
it will
said,
push in the
square
grain
nails,
like that
yep.
and lock in. It will
Buzz a
lock
cat
in with 1,000 microscopic
I
barbs.
know where a
that
mesquite
nail.
tree is, all the wooden nails you want.
Mesquite, you're not
Dime
lying.
Duchess
They would use
said,
those for nails.
Cheers to the Iron Age.
So I'm just
Sid
kind of going back
LULZ
into here and cleaning
said,
up some of these chisel marks.
Oh shit, that's smart. Jalidon Fox said, 2 a minute seems a bit fast. Karen NX
We'll have to get
said,
Livingston in here.
nails were handmade until what, late 1800s? Sid
Then we got
LULZ
cut nails. They started
said,
doing cut nails.
looking it up now.
Yeah, look it up. And they got cut nails. I think it was 2 a minute. I'm not kidding. We got cut nails. They would take a piece of square bar like this. This is exaggerated, obviously.
Karen
The machine would
NX
cut them like that,
said,
and then another
because
machine
there
would
are old
offset
houses
that.
around here made in the early 1900s that have handmade square nails.
So you would get something similar to what I have here. If you took a piece of metal that was shaped like this is exaggerated, obviously. But you could see how you would make nails out of that.